Hey everybody, welcome to episode 59 of FoundersGyan and thanks for tuning in. This week we have a great guest on the show. He is Johnson Emmanuel and we are going to talk about the 3-step program to attract high-ticket clients every day. Do check out foundersgyan.com/ep59 for all the show notes and let's get started. Today's guest on the show is Johnson Emmanuel. He's the founder and CEO of CoreyFusion.com. So Johnson, great to meet you. And I'm super excited about this interview. We have a lot of good topics to talk about. So before we get on to the meaty stuff, can you tell us a bit more about your background first? Can you just walk us through your background?
Okay, thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be on the show. Basically, my background is actually I've always loved marketing. You know, I'm in Nigerian, but I stay in the US. I love marketing a lot. It's what I've always done. You know, back in 2000 when mobile phone came into Nigeria, I was one of the first persons who started selling mobile phones and all those things. And then from there, after selling, I felt like why just sell, because the profit margin from selling mobile phone is not much. You know, sometimes you just get like maybe if you're lucky like $20, $10 from profit margin. So I thought that was not enough. So what I had to do, I had to expand a little bit into repairing that same mobile phone. So we went into fixing of mobile phone, and then from there I felt like, I think we could do something else. I mean, do something much more. So there was this boom in the .com boom. I was all over the place. I didn't take advantage of it then. But then I felt, look, it was time for me to change gear. To go into something else. Into something that will help me, because I read a lot from people. There's a particular local magazine I actually saw. They call it Success Digest. I started building my interest. Before you know it, I had close to 2,000 copies of that magazine in my house. So then I started moving gradually a little bit into online business and all those things. I got my hand burned, but I still kept doing it. Eventually, I got into online business and I started shooting it from there. And then here I am, full-time marketer.
Okay, great. Now, tell us a little bit more about your startup in brief. And I also read something very interesting on your page about your own struggles. I think it would be nice to hear it from your own, in your own words. You felt like you were cursed, right? And so can you tell us a bit more about your startup and how did you get from being cursed to a marketeer?
It's crazy. I think my startup is crazy. My story is crazy because if you go to the site, if you go to clientattraction.com, you will see where I wrote it. Where I wrote the first time I tried to start a business, I thought I was caused by Jewish priests from Africa. That's the title of that article. I think you would want to check it out. So basically, what I talked about is how I started. It was crazy because I listened to too many people. Now I was listening to blogger A around in the morning, who would tell you the best thing to do was for you to write a blog post for 8 hours. Spend 8 hours on a blog post and do like that for 7 days in a week. And then when you also think, when you're doing that, somebody else screams at you and says, that is not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is start your own podcast. Get guests to come on your podcast, right? While you're doing that, somebody else comes to you and says, no, that's wrong. What you should be doing is trying to get someone to do your PRO, get to PRO, pay $5,000 to get a PRO and stuff like that. While you're still thinking of how to do that, somebody else screams at you and says the best place to get clients and leads is to go to LinkedIn. Spend 4 hours on LinkedIn, spend 3 hours on Facebook and all those nonsense. That's what I was doing, and that was my greatest mistake. I was confused. I was totally confused. Everything I tried to do, nothing was working. Nothing was working. It was crazy for me, and I couldn't achieve anything. I couldn't achieve any business goal. I couldn't even put food on my table. And that was the craziest thing I ever did. Trying to grow my business. It was really, really painful. I couldn't succeed at all. Yeah. So that's it. But the second part of your question, when you talk about how did I, eventually overcome that struggle. It's easy. As an entrepreneur and business owner, most times we want to do everything, we want to do 1 million things at a time. And I think that's the greatest mistake we make. Now, the great mistake I made was trying to listen to too many people. I listened to too many. I read too many blog posts. Listened to too many things. Here's the thing: if you listen to too many people, if your ears are open to too many noise, trust me, you're going to find it very difficult to succeed and excel in your business. But the best thing to do is this: what I did, it worked for me. I stopped listening to everybody. I stopped it. I just stopped it. I said, hey, I'm not going to listen to anyone anymore. I'm not going to hear anyone talk to me again. It's okay. I'm going to stop here. So what I did was, who is it I like? And I looked for some persons I liked. I trimmed it down to 3 of them, just 3 persons I liked so much. And I love these guys because they are popular, not just popular in the place. They are doing well in their business. They are transparent. They are just the kind of people I like to really associate with. So what I did was, okay, let's see how their business is doing. I studied their business for a while. What I simply did was to model my business around them. Now, for one of the persons who I love so much amongst these 3 persons, I gave him 40%. These other persons, I give them 30% each. So what I did was, okay, fine, I'm going to build my business 40% around this person. It's some kind of business. I'm going to build my business 30% around this person. And just like that, before you know it, I was able to brand my own business. And I got my business running. And then before you know it, I got my breakthrough. I started flourishing my business. Okay. And that's how I became that challenge.
Okay, excellent. Now, can we know who these 3 people are? Is it somebody we would know, or are they local to your place? So again, for the benefit of our listeners, you are from Nigeria, but based out of the US, and you keep traveling across US, UK, Mexico, and so on. Right now you're in Nigeria for a vacation. Sorry to intrude on your vacation.
No problem.
Yeah. So who are these people? Are they somebody well known to everybody, or are they like family, friends, or close people in your own childhood? Who are these people that you try to follow and emulate?
Well, they are famous people. All of them are Americans. All of them, each of them, they are all Americans, right? But I wouldn't want to mention their names. The reason is simple, because there are some other people who I also respect a lot. So I don't think it would be kind of a disrespect to them if I don't mention their name, But these people, they are popular Americans who are also in the online space like me. They do the same thing I do. But one of them is Bernard Bochard. I don't know if you know him. Bernard Bochard, it's one of them, and then the other 2 persons who I don't want to mention their name.
Okay, great. That's fine. That's completely fine. Now, let's talk about in your site. Basically, you offer 3 different things. One is how to package and launch high-ticket programs that attract your ideal clients. Second is how to consistently attract and close high-ticket offers. And the third is how to build a dynamic marketing and sales funnel. So I think this is very relevant to every company, every startup, and I think it would be great if you could take us through each one of these, and just take us through them. And I will ask questions wherever I feel there is a need to expand a little bit more.
So basically, what you want to do is, I think everybody can benefit from this. So I'm going to be general. But now, what we do? When I started my business, trust me, I really suffered myself. Now, I just jumped out a few hours ago from a podcast before I jumped on your own now. So I was talking to the person about how we sabotage ourselves as entrepreneurs and business owners. Now, when I started, I was just charging, peanut. Yeah, just peanut. Just I would do a lot of job. I would charge $1,000, I'm buying $500, and I was happy. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I was being excited that people were paying, because I'm very passionate about when it comes to marketing. When it comes to sales, I'm very passionate about these things. So when people were paying me for what I love to do, or what I would have done for free, I was very happy that they were paying me. But it got to a point where I noticed that, look, for me to give people good result I will move them from point A to point B and then to point Z. I needed to help them I needed to really, play into, I needed to dive into the deep waters. Now, for me to dive into the deep waters, I need to do something. I need to give people value, more value for what I was doing with them. So basically, what I did was, okay, I changed my gear. What I decided doing was to start charging people premium fees. Yeah, I started charging people premium fee. Now, before I charge you premium fee, I had to reduce everything to 3 things that will give you the best result, right? 3 things that will give you the best result in your business. Now, if a client comes to us, instead of us, we're not going to do 1 million things for you. We're not going to do 2 million things for you. We look for 3 things that will bring the best result for your business. Just look at it like the 80 to 20 parental principle, right? So we look for 3 things that will bring the most result into your business. Now, in our case, there are 3 things we do for all our clients that gives them crazy results. Now, one of the things is this: we help them create, package, and launch high-ticket offers. Because here's the thing: most people charge, some things. Like one of our clients who I just want to take a case. Her name is John Walker. Now, John Walker is a lady who we started working. So we're just charging $297 for a course, a program, an online program. What we did was to help her make that program. She started charging $997 for that same program. Right? We just restructure that program. So what we do is we help you restructure that program so that you can charge premium fee for that program. Now the next thing we do is we help you identify your ideal clients, right? Because when you
right. So I'm just going to jump in here. So you said that the first part is you help people create high ticket programs, right?
Create and package. No, we package and we launch the high ticket program for them.
Right. So could you just talk a little bit more on that? I mean, obviously, you don't need to go into too many details, but a client is charging $297 for a particular training or whatever service, and you were able to help that client charge $997. Now, there are 2 questions that comes out of that. So, first question is, what are the changes that kind of need to be done? Obviously, it's very specific on the business and things like that, but some general tips for our listeners also to kind of charge a premium, And the second question is a package that costs $297. You have to sell 3 times to get the same result as a $997 package that you just have to sell once. So kind of the lesser number of sales for the higher package, even though you might get lesser number of sales because of the cost is high, you still end up making more profit. Correct me if I'm wrong there, right? So that's kind of marketing basics, right?
Yeah, you're so right. But let me jump into the first question. You're so right with that analysis you get there. But let's talk about the first one. You talk about how do you pack. What's the difference? What was different that we made to make that to make us set that program for $997? But I'm going to say this. She is one of the ladies we've worked with who has not been able to overcome the mental block, the mental problem. Because here's the thing. I told her that, look, this program for $997 is still too small. What we do is we like you, our client, to charge minimum of $3,000 for your program. That's what we like to do. We like you to do $3,000. But she has this kind of mental block, around that. So we had to work on. In fact, pushing her to $997 was even difficult for her. But right now, as we speak, because as we speak, she told me the other day, look, I'm going to charge $3,000 for my program. I said, cool, that's good. That's the mentality. That's what I want you to do. So, talking about the specific to what you asked, what was the difference? What was the shift we did? Let me tell you something, Ram. When you sell a program for $97, you know what you're doing? You're selling information to people. And information is available everywhere. Information is all over the internet. Information, you can get it anytime you want to get it anywhere on the internet. But if you want to sell transformation to people, you need to up your price and give them more value, right? Then you'll be able to make them to be committed to their own success. When you're able to do that, they'll be committed to their own success and they'll be happy with the result they will get. And that's what we do basically. We sit down with you, we identify what are the 3 things that will give your client the best result. Because when you look at so many programs on the internet, there are too many, sorry, permit me, what I want to call jargons, things that will not really necessarily move the client to achieve the result the client wants to achieve. So what we do is we look at your program, your existing program. If you do have one, if you don't have one, no problem, we're going to help you do that. But if you have one, we look at your existing program. What is it you're doing in your program? How can your existing program or the program you want to create solve a problem for your client? We go through this whole thing and we look at the most thing that will bring the most result for your client. Then we package those ones. Then what we do is, depending on what you charge, if you were able to charge good fee, like we always recommend you to charge like $3,000, you may want to give them support, right? Instead of just say, okay, let me just cite this instance now. I'm sure you have a television set in your house, right?
Yeah, of course.
Good. So if when you went to buy that television set from that shop, and then I'm going to cite three scenarios. Now the person who sells the television set gives you a manual. He says, look, this is the manual that comes with the television set, go with it. And then he goes with it. He sells the television set for you maybe for like, I don't know, maybe $10 or so, or I don't know, let's say $10. We just use this, just hypothetical number now. Now he sells that television set for you for $10, right? With just the manual. He says go with it, and then you go with it. You go home, you're struggling with it, you're unable to even get the television set to work the way you want it to work. Then they say, okay, fine, I'm going to go to your house with you. I'm going to go to your house with you. You're going to watch me as I do everything for you. As I set up the television set, get it on the wall and stuff like that. You're going to watch me do everything. But for me to do that, you're going to pay me $12 for me to do that. So you just watch me. I'll pick the television set. I'm going to go to your house. You're going to watch me set it up for you. You don't have to do it yourself. You're going to watch me do it. I'm going to watch you do it. I'm going to be telling you what to do, right? But you're going to pay me $12. I will tell you, Ram, this is how to do it. Raise the television set, keep it on the wall, and stuff like that. I'm going to tell you what to do. That's thing number two. But you're going to pay $12 for this. And like I said, the third one is this. You don't worry yourself. I'm going to help you do everything. I'm going to help you nail it on the wall. I'm going to help you get the channels you like watching. I'm going to do everything for you. But in this case, you're going to pay me $15. Can you see the difference, the transition difference now? Did you get it?
Right, of course, yeah.
Good. So go those three scenarios. So when you sell the first, when you sell a program for $97 or $200 or $297, you're given the first scenario, which is just a manual. And when you give manual, I don't know. The last time I got the manual for two I bought, I didn't check it. I didn't read it. People don't read manual most of the time, except you're so difficult. You want to read it. So this is kind of thing we do. We cause transformation for people by making sure they're able to get the result they want to get within the shortest time possible.
Right, great. And I think that there's a very valid point here in marketing, which is charging. Some people are just like your client. They're just too afraid to charge a higher rate. So I read this very, very wonderful thing. Supposing you have a heart problem and there are two surgeons. One surgeon charges you, say, $100. The other one charges you $10,000. Which one would you go in for? I would go in for the $10,000 one. I want to be alive, at the end of the surgery.
True.
Right?
Exactly. You want to be alive. The scenario I usually paint is this. I've got a friend, a Buddhi, African, a Nigerian too. If you know African, one thing Africans are known for the kind of colorful and elaborate wedding celebration that they do. Each time there's wedding celebration, it's usually colorful in Africa. They spend tens of thousands of dollars to get good wedding together and all the stuff like that. Now I got a friend who got wedded, and then eventually they spent close to $50,000 for that wedding, and then before a short while, less than a year, and then they had problem with the wife, and then they had to be separated. Right now, when they got separated, the guy still loves his wife. He's been looking for ways to reconcile, to solve that problem. Now, there are three things you can do for that guy if you are a marriage counselor. One of the things you can do, you can send him a manual to help him get his wife, right? You can send him that manual. Say, okay, help him get his wife. And then the second thing you want to do is, look, you're going to say, I'm going to help you go bring your wife. I'm going to bring your wife to you, so that you settle the problem you guys are having, and then you guys can be happy again. But for that, you're going to pay me a lot of money. So if you're able to cause a transformation in people's life, This is why you should charge a premium fee. Because when you charge premium fee, naturally, psychologically, we are presumed to, and when we charge premium fee, people feel that they get value with the price. So, well, I mean, when you also charge premium fee, people are also more committed to their result. If I buy a program for $97, I may not even read a program. I may not even go through it again. But if I buy a program for $10,000, trust me, I'm going to read it a lot. I'm going to cherish every information from that program.
Right, excellent. Now let's move on to the second one, which is to how to consistently attract and close high ticket offers by offering to help people for free. So that's a new one. So how do you make money out of helping people for free?
That's crazy, man. But here's the thing. Before you even talk about attracting clients, the second thing you want to do is I package this thing. You want to identify your ideal client. My friend, if you don't know your ideal client, you're not going to make money from this. You need to identify your ideal client. It's very important that you identify who your ideal client is. Because if you don't know your ideal client and then you package a program for $3,000, you're going to suffer. Because I was there before where I packaged the program for $3,000, I didn't know who my ideal clients were, and then I suffered a lot. I didn't make a sale. Brother, I didn't make any sale. So what you have to do is you have to identify your ideal clients. Who is that one person that solves your problem? Okay, I give the example of my friend who got today. I'm going to use his example as my kind of ideal client, right? Now, if I'm a wedding coach or a marriage relationship counselor or whatever, now if that's what I do, this guy, I'm going to look at him like my ideal client. You know the reason? Because one, if I'm a marriage coach, I help people heal their marriage and solve the problem in the marriage. One, this guy spent over $50,000 in his wedding, in which case he has the money to pay me for my service, right?
Right.
Secondly, he loves his wife, which means because he still loves his wife, he is determined to settle that marital issue he's having with his wife. So, in which case he will be committed to his resolve, right? So he is my ideal client. So if I meet him, I say, dude, you spent $50,000 for your wedding, so and then after a while the marriage had issues and you guys separated. What if you pay me $20,000? I'm able to fix this issue for you. But all I need for you is your ultimate cooperation, so that we can make this work. Trust me, the guy is going to say, he's going to jump up, he's going to raise up his hand and say, yes, I'm interested. I love this. Let's do it. Right? So you need to be able to give people the result they want, and that is exactly what this dude. Because that's why this dude will be the exact client for you if you're a marriage counselor to work with. Because and even if you have another guy who also spent $50,000 for his wedding, in which he has money, but he doesn't love his wife anymore. He doesn't want the woman anymore. If you come meet such a guy trying to reconcile his wife together with him, that guy will not be an ideal client for you. Because he already had issues with the wife, he doesn't want his wife anymore. I don't know if you get the two pictures I just painted right now.
Right. So I think the point you're trying to make, if I'm getting it right, is that it's just not enough to sell, but you need to try and reach to the ideal customer. I mean, it's not just enough to get any customer. It's you need to get the ideal customer because you're offering high value services. And you want your conversion rates to be as high as possible. Is that
Exactly. You need to get customers who have the problem you are solving. Who have the exact problem, not the exact problem, not the guesswork now. Well, the exact problem you're trying to solve. You need to get those customers and then you need to push them into your pipeline.
If you like the show, do follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The link is www.facebook.com/FoundersGyan and twitter.com/FoundersGyan. Both these provide you daily tips and articles as well as resources to help and inspire your startup. There are multiple tips per day. Some examples of these tips would be articles on the latest startups, growth hacking tips, how do you build team for startups, how to get funding, etc. So don't forget facebook.com/FoundersGyan and twitter.com/FoundersGyan.
Right. Okay. So now let's assume that we have got those customers. Now, what's the next step? How do we help them for free and create a sales funnel?
Now, at this case, at this point, they are not customers. They are just leads and prospects, right? They are not customers yet. So you want to make them customers. What you simply need to do is offer to help them for free. Here's the thing: if you are selling a high-ticket offer, what you sell, it's not what happens before you make that sale. Of course, you must have conversation with the person. You must get on Skype or whatever tool you use to talk to the person before the person is able to pay you. Because when you are selling high-ticket offer, anything above $3,000, which is how I define high-ticket offer. Now, if you're selling any such thing, the last thing that happens before you collect money is to have a conversation. So you cannot say you are selling high-ticket offer and just selling it over the shelf like that. You need to talk with the person, discuss with them, and all that. So people make lots of mistakes. They sell strategy section, and most time when you jump on most strategy section, I don't know about you, but most strategy section I've been to in the past are just strategy section that was just meant to sell me on the product of the person. And that is, to me, that is how I think. I think that's the wrong way to go about it, because you need to treat people the way you think you should be treated. So in my case, what I do basically is we try to work differently. Now we don't have, first of all, we don't have pushy salespeople who are all interested in their commission, because most of these guys, most people who sell high ticket offer, they make mistake by giving these things to salespeople who are not interested in the transformation of your client, but just in their own commission. They push you to buy from them, to buy through their link and stuff like that. So what we do is we try to offer you help. In our case, okay, I'm going to use our case typically for free. As example, we offer to help our clients for free. Right? We say, okay, we're going to help you for free. We're going to help you do all these things for free. So when our clients get on the phone with us, we look at the problem they have, and we treat them like we would treat our paid client. They are not paid yet. Treat them the way we would treat our paid client. We look at the problem of their business. Then we look at it, and then we discuss with them one-on-one. We look, okay, why don't you do this? If you do this, this is what you should get. If you do this, you will get this. If you do this, you will get this. If you do this, you get this. Right? So with this, after looking at everything like that, we then give them the blueprint. Say, okay, from everything you've told us, this is the blueprint. We design a blueprint for them. We do everything for free for them. We say, this is the blueprint. If you implement this into your business, you'll be able to crush your business goal, which is the thing you want to crush, within the fastest time possible. In most cases, within 2 days, 3 days, 90 days or so, depending on the client, you'll be able to get this result. So we're able to help you for free by actually helping you for free, actually.
Right. So you give them the blueprint and for free basically, and if the client has the resources and the people necessary to do it themselves, then fine, well and good. They are happy and thankful. But if they don't have the necessary resources, then that's where your sales come in, right? That's where you can actually help them to implement some of these things, right?
What we just do is we just tell you, look at the blueprint. Like for instance, I think a lot of people have said it that we are one of the best in the world when it comes to sales funnel, paid media, and all those things, right? So what we do is we develop the blueprint for you, the entire blueprint, everything. In our case, now for most of our clients, the cases are different. So for those who are not into marketing like us, for those who are into dating, relationship, marriage, right, SaaS company and all those things. So what we do is the case with them is totally different. So that's why we do everything uniquely. Everything is customized. Everything we do is customized for every business that comes to us. So in our case, we design a blueprint. Say, okay, if you like us to develop this blueprint for you, since you like it, you see the power in the blueprint. If you want us to help you develop it, it's going to cost you XYZ for us to help you develop the blueprint. Then 98% of the time, guess what? It's a yes, do it for us. That's what we get 98% of the time. In fact, we even tell you, look, we're going to design a blueprint for you, and we're going to give you $100 if you think we wasted your time. That's what we tell them. We're going to develop a blueprint. We're going to give you $100 if you think we wasted your time for this blueprint. If you don't like the blueprint or you think we wasted your time, we'll give you we'll PayPal you $100 on the spot. And what we get most of the time is do it for us. They come to us and then we design a blueprint. They're like 98% of the time they look, we like this blueprint. Please, can you help us implement it into our business? I will do it for them, and boom, their business starts growing.
Wow, that's really great. I mean, when I saw this first, I was really impressed that you actually help the clients for free, and at the same time you say that if you think I've wasted your time, I will give you $100. I think that's something I've never seen anywhere. So I think it's pretty unique. And I'm going to put you on the spot here. Has anybody actually asked you? Have few people asked you? You wasted my time. Give me $100.
Ram, we've been doing this for the past 4 years. Nobody has ever told us we wasted your time. Nobody, not one person has ever asked for that money, for that refund. Because here's the thing, and I really would like to see, I mean, we've done a lot of experiments, on this. I really would like to see the first person that will ask, because I really would like to know why the person asked, why he asked for that money. And then, because you know why people don't ask? People don't ask because we do our job very well. We do our job very, very well. When I say we do our job very well, I don't mean that the blueprint is great. Of course, the blueprint is great. The blueprint is fantastic. But we do a nice job of first identifying our ideal client. You will never see our message if you're not our ideal client. Never, ever. So if you're our ideal client, we're going to see our message. And when you say ideal client, we speak your language. Boom, you come into our funnel. If you're not, we're going to kick you out. So that's why it's very important for you to be able to identify who your ideal clients are. That stage is very important, very, very important. So if you miss that point and then you jump to the next point, you're going to have problems.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So I think the third point we didn't cover, which is building goodwill in the marketplace.
Okay. As you sell. Now we've talked about creating the funnel, identify your client, and then also helping people for free and all those stuff, right? When you do stuff, right, people make mistakes. There are too many marketing nonsense and shenanigans and lies in the marketplace these days, right? And we do all these things knowingly or unknowingly. We just say all those things. I mean, somebody tells you, look, there's a quick offer, there's an offer. There's an offer, and the offer will expire in XYZ number of days. If you don't take up the offer will expire. You're not going to see the offer again. And then when it gets to that number of days, you go back to that place, you still see the offer there. The offer has not expired. But the person promised you. So all those are nonsense. But we create system, because here's the thing. If I come to your site and then you tell me an offer is going to expire in XYZ number of days, and then the offer, and I come back again, the offer doesn't expire, I wouldn't trust you. I will not trust you. I will say you're a liar. Right? So what we do is, if we tell you our offer is going to expire in a certain day, trust me, it's going to expire on that day. You're not going to see our offer again. And when we say we mean it, we mean it. We're not going to do all those nonsense people do and tell you it's going to expire and it's not going to expire. And that's what we also do for our clients. So that way, people will be able to build goodwill. And how we build goodwill is by giving value to people. Now, if you come to our funnel, if you didn't buy the first day, we're not going to say, okay, because you didn't buy today, you're not going to buy from us, right? What we do is we push you into a different funnel where we give you content, we give you good content, we give you good content, we give you content. The content we are giving to you will keep pushing you back to our offer, which you didn't take, originally. And most times we've seen over 200%, conversion from that, from going through that path, instead of pushing the person out of the funnel completely. Because here's the thing. When people don't buy from you from the first day, it doesn't mean they're not going to buy from you at all. It could be that the time is not right. It could be that they don't have. It could be just many things. So instead of pushing you away, then we try to push you back, give you content that will help you to be able to make that same decision that you don't want to take. And then by doing it that way, we're able to build goodwill with you by giving you value instead of pushing you to buy. When somebody does, you give somebody an offer once, twice, 3 times, 6 times, the person is not buying the offer. Why are you pushing the person to buy the offer when you know the person is not going to buy? You're going to burn the person out. But instead, in our mind, the best thing to do is don't push again on that offer. Give the person value, but let that value drag the person back to the offer you're trying to sell to the person. In that way, you're building goodwill in your marketplace.
Right, excellent. So I just have one question on this. So somewhere I read that I think it will be very useful to our listeners also, that for every sale that you're trying to make, give 20, it could just be a wrong number, give 20 items of value or something like that. Is that a good ratio? I mean, what's the kind of ratio that you try to follow in your own funnel?
Oh, okay, good. Fantastic question. What we do is this: when we push you, if we push you around the funnel, maybe that would take like maybe 7 days or 9 days or there, depending on the funnel you jump into. Now, if we push you into that funnel, you don't buy. What we do is we try to take you maybe another, we give you like 4 or 5 free amazing content. Amazing content, not selling content that will help you. 4 or 5 of them like that. We give you that free good content, and we're pushing you back to that same stuff, that you didn't get. That's how we do it in our funnel, and we've tried several things, but this one works best for us.
Right. Okay. Great. And what kind of tool do you use for building your email list?
Because of the kind of business we do, which is trying to attract. Well, of course, when I started years back, I was using Mailchimp. From there, I use Aweber, but we've gone past all those things now. They're just basic tools that every blogger use. Because what we do is we do behavioral marketing. For instance, if you consume our content, right, and then you've not taken action that we want you to take, with the tool we use, you'll be able to know what you have done, right, so that we can bring you back to take that action we want you to take. And like Mailchimp and Aweber don't do that; they don't allow you to do that. So what the tool we use currently. We use Infusionsoft, Infusionsoft is what we use, and we also use Active Campaign to do all those things. They are very awesome tools that without them our business will be nowhere.
Okay, great. So let's talk about the best advice that you have heard or read or listened to and try to implement in your own life and career.
Focus, and focus. I can't say that then.
Okay.
Focus and focus. Because I was not focused. I was listening to too many people. I didn't know who to focus on. I didn't know what to read. I didn't know what to do. I was listening to too many people, and I lost focus, and I suffered it, and I paid dearly for it. So focus, and more focus is what you need in your business.
Okay, great advice, Johnson. So thank you so much for that.
Pick one thing you want to do. Focus on that thing. Even if it's not working, focus on it. It will work. So long you're doing the right thing, focus on it. Don't listen to too many people. If you're going to focus on growing your Twitter followers, focus on that for the next 30 days. If you're going to focus on generating leads, focus on that for the next 30 days. Whatever thing you're going to do, because we do a lot of Facebook, a lot of Twitter, because we do a lot of paid media buying, a whole lot of them, right? So focus on this stuff, and then focus on it squarely. When you're done, you crush that, you move to the next thing. Don't do too many things at the same time. It's going to hurt you. That's what Bill Gates and Warren Buffett say, and it's really working for me.
Okay, great. Now, are there any books that you can recommend for founders or just in marketing? Is there any good books or resources? Could be some YouTube videos or links that you can recommend.
Yes, there are many books I would like to recommend for you for the listeners to really take advantage of. One book, I'm going to mention a couple of them, not maybe 3 of them or so. One book I would like them to get is The Battlefield of the Mind. It's written by a lady called Joyce Meyer. She's the Christian pastor. Battlefield of the Mind. I mean, okay. The battle is fought and won in the mind. You need to get that book. It's an awesome book. The next book you want to get is a book by a man I respect so much, The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. You need to get that book. It's an awesome book that you must read. The next book you want to get again is The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chat Holmes. It's a great book, that you want to also check. You can also check Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I mean, if you've not read that book, I mean, you shouldn't read anything else until you read that book.
Right, excellent, great. So I will link all those up on the show notes so that our listeners can easily find those books. Now, before we move on to the final question, I just want to express my gratefulness and thanks to you for coming on the show and sharing your valuable knowledge. I do know that you have a free download on your website, which is Clients Attraction, right?
Yeah, Clients Attraction. Clients Attraction.
Yeah,
yes,
with
Clients
a yes.
Attraction. Clients with a yes, yes. Clientattraction.com is the site where we give out amazing content. Every week we do a lot of content. I will do some business growth and strategic marketing experiments so that you can use it to grow your business. Here's the thing. Like I said before, that every business, your marketing should be unique. Don't let anybody deceive you to tell you that marketing, that there's a plug and play marketing tactics for your business. There's no such thing like that. There's always, anybody who tells you that you're just completely clueless or you're just trying to make a sale. The truth is that every business is unique, every business should be customized, and your marketing should be customized as well. So because of that, you just go to clientattraction.com, which will find some content, some free content, which you can get into, start playing with as well. But meanwhile, I'll also send you a link where your audience can download how to create and sell high ticket offer, even if they're just getting started. So I'll send you the link so you can put it there on the side.
That'll be great. And of course, there is always this offer that you can take up, our listeners can take up, Johnson, your offer on creating the blueprint for them. It's there on the site. I will link that also up on the show notes. And thank you so much. But before we go, I just have one final question. So if you have listened to my podcast, you will know that this is the final question. So if there is one Gyan that you could give our would-be founders, what would that be? And do you know the meaning of Gyan, what it means?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so Gyan is wisdom. Imagine that none of this recording is going to air. Only your one piece of wisdom is going to air. What would that be?
I'm going to say this, even if you're going to use this intro for this podcast, I'm going to say this. Here is the thing. Everything in your business is great. Everything in your business is great. But the most important thing in your business is your marketing. Focus on your marketing. Spend more time on your marketing, because that is what will make your business grow. Nothing else will make your business grow like your marketing. So don't listen to too many things. Pay more attention to your marketing. Spend more money on your marketing. Spend more time on your marketing. Give it more time than spend on development and production. Marketing is the key for you to crush your business. That is one word I would say to you.
Right. Excellent, Johnson. I completely agree with you. You might have the greatest product in the world, but if your marketing sucks, nobody's going to
Nobody's going to listen to you, because I've got some professional web developers who come to us. These guys are great. They are extremely good. But most of them, they complain that, look, guy, I'm going to go to bed hungry tonight. I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to go to eat tonight. And all those stuff. When we ask them, they're good at what they do, but their marketing sucks totally. So we have to, first of all, help them push their marketing so that they can get their marketing right before we can go ahead to help them, get to what they want to get. So your marketing, everything is important in your business, but the most important thing in your business is your marketing. It's extremely important. You can't joke with it.
Okay, Johnson, thank you so very much for your time. It was a great pleasure having you as a guest on the show.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Ram, you're a great guy. You're doing a great job. Please keep up the fire.
Okay, great. Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Another interesting startups founder giving his take on what to do in order to move your business forward. I'll see you all next week with another founder and his Gyan. In the meantime, I do hope you take action on your own startup today. Good luck and see you next week.